Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, January 21st, 2022. And we begin with that teen pilot we've been keeping tabs on, successfully flying all the way around the globe and straight into history. Zara Rutherford touched back down in Belgium yesterday, completing a 32,000-mile, 41-country tour that broke 2 Guinness records, the youngest woman to fly solo around the world and the first woman to circumnavigate the planet in a microlight plane. The journey took her longer than expected, 5 months instead of 3, because of visa issues and bad weather, but she made it. And with her success, she hopes to inspire girls worldwide to focus on math, science, and technology, all of which played into her high-flying gap year adventure. 19-year-old Zara will start college in September and plans to major in computer engineering. It's probably a humbling last ride for Teddy Roosevelt. A statue of the 26th President of the United States was unceremoniously ripped from its 80-year perch outside the American Museum of Natural History in New York City on Wednesday. The bronze monument had Roosevelt on horseback, towering over a black man and a Native American in a scene that seemed to celebrate racism and colonialism. The controversial statue is now on its way west to the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library in Medora, North Dakota. Critics aren't happy with the move, calling it a win for cancel culture and a blow to history. But even one of the president's descendants cheered the change, saying the monument sent, quote, the wrong message. The road to the Super Bowl will get a whole lot narrower this weekend. Right now, 8 teams are still in the mix for February's big game, but by Sunday night, only 4 will remain standing. The coldest divisional round matchup on schedule, Saturday's do-or-die face-off between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. The temperature at kickoff is expected to be about 10 degrees, with the wind chill making it feel more like 0. It's being called a magical find. A group of scientists has discovered a massive reef of rose-shaped corals in the Pacific Ocean's twilight zone, 200 feet below sea level near Tahiti. According to CBS News, the reef is in pristine or near-perfect condition, stretches 2 miles long and 200 feet wide, and is punctuated by giant flower-like corals that measure about 6.5 feet across. According to the United Nations organization UNESCO, it's not only one of the biggest, deepest, and healthiest coral reefs on record, it also marks a great leap forward for science and the mapping of the world's oceans. So far, only 20% of the Earth's seabed has been documented, which, UNESCO points out, means we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the bottom of the ocean. In other KidNuz notes, Hatch Watch begins today for a bald eagle nest in Northeast Florida. 2 baby birds are expected to break out of their shells this week, and anyone can watch it happen thanks to the American Eagle Foundation live stream. This will be Gabriel's and Samson's 3rd time being parents together, and they've been taking turns sitting on the eggs for the past month. We've put a link to the live stream on our website. Another COVID shoe is dropped for the Winter Olympics in Beijing. NBC announced that it won't be sending most of its hosts or any of its announcers to China. Instead, they'll handle almost all of the international coverage from their sports headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. And it's a new year, new look for M&M's candy characters. Green has swapped her white thigh-high go-go boots for lace-up sneakers, while Brown has ditched her stilettos for a set of pumps. The 2 females also won't snipe at each other anymore. The Mars company says the duo will now throw each other shine, not shade. Another notable change, the arm color of all 6, which instead of tan, will be clear with a tint matching their shell. The goal, to be more representative of today's society. That's it for KidNuz. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. How many Guinness records did teen aviator Zara Rutherford set with her round-the-world flight? 2. A statue of which U.S. president just got yanked from its pedestal outside the American Museum of Natural History? Theodore Roosevelt. How many football teams will still be in the hunt for the Super Bowl after this weekend? 4. What exciting discovery was made off the coast of Tahiti in the South Pacific? A massive reef with rose-shaped coral. In today's KidNuz Kicker, was the cat in the hat? No. In the crack of the couch? Bingo! It was bad enough when a Denver, Colorado kitty recently got himself stuck in his family's reclining armchair, but the situation got worse when his humans donated said chair to a thrift shop, completely unaware that their ginger cat, Montecula, was inside, pinned by some levers. Store employees realized they got more than they'd bargained for when the comfy couch meowed. A local animal shelter scanned the accidental hitchhiker for a microchip, but since the information on it hadn't been updated, the big kitty had to twiddle his paws at the store until his family noticed his disappearance and circled back to the armchair. An animal shelter officer said Montecula appeared relieved to be home. Before we head out, we want to shout out our teachers, starting with Mrs. Schlegg at Joseph Terrace in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Mrs. Abbott Fuller at West End Elementary in Rome, Georgia. Ms. Engel at Anderson Intermediate in Anderson, Indiana. Mrs. Cairns at Beck Centennial in Macomb, Michigan. And Miss Bailey at Benson Middle School in Benson, North Carolina. Thanks for listening. Teachers, please check out our January Critical Thinking Worksheet, The Noodler, in the Teacher's Lounge section of our website and your inbox. And we'll see you back here for more KidNuz Monday morning.